Hi everyone, it is Marie here from Skeins, and as you may have noticed, I have I'm back to a normal sort of landscape camera. So hopefully this is going to work. I've managed to resurrect a camera from a previous life, from a previous device, and I'm sort of looking the wrong way because it's all different to what it was before, but hopefully you can hear me just fine and you can see me just fine, and I'm just itching to talk to you about some more Southlander because I have been going crazy knitting my pop crop cardigan, and I had a wonderful question today actually that came through to me on Instagram around sizing, because they saw I posted up a picture earlier today of my half completed pop top cardigan, and it's very, firstly I have to say it's very difficult to take a selfie. I've only completed the right arm of my cardigan, and I'm like right-handed. So taking a left-handed selfie of only half your body, because you've only finished half a cardigan, first world problems, I tell you. But I did. I spent a good chunk of yesterday on our National Day, because the weather here in Hawke's Bay was actually quite inclement and quite cool and wet, and which, to be fair, we desperately needed. Not so fun if you went to the mission concert, but I didn't, so I did lots of knitting. Look at that, I have a whole sleeve. So as you can see, it is now actually starting to look like a proper grown-up cardigan. I'm very excited about this. Few little things. Is one, I have made a few modifications, and those that know me oh so well know that I can't help myself. I have to make modifications. I have to say though, I'm just loving the crisp colour change between the goldenrod and the charcoal. That is making me very happy. I'm also loving the just beautiful smooth. Oh, this camera is so much better because it's clear now, except everything's back. Everything is now back, so when I show you something it's not in reverse, but it means it's difficult for me to see. But I don't know whether you can see. Can you see the smoothness of that stitch work? And I haven't blocked this yet, I've just pressed it. So really incredibly thrilled at how this is knitting up. And I'm actually really pleased about the handle too. It's not as scratchy as I was fearing it was going to be, because usually Southlander is sort of an outerwear yarn. And I'm just enjoying it so much. Boy, am I really enjoying this. So in terms of modifications, getting back to where I started, I had a wonderful Instagram question just earlier today asking about the modifications, because I have knitted this in obviously Southlander Sport, and the pattern is written for a DK yarn using 4mm needles. Now if you had tuned in earlier, you'll know weeks ago I swatched this actually last year. Oh, in fact, is that the swatch? There's this. Oh look, haha, there is the swatch that I did then, and I realised that I was only off about I think I was only off about a stitch, just over, not quite a stitch and a half in gauge. So the question was, how could they knit the pop crop cardigan without doing the huge amount of knit maths that's required? Now this is the really broad rule of thumb. Theoretically, you should be gauging this and getting your knit maths exact. However, Amber has given pretty good flexibility around the sizing. I fortunately fell in between two sizes, the size that I would knit if I were to knit it as a DK. What I've gone and done is I have knitted a size up. Now normally, if you are in that situation, most people's natural inclination is to knit a size up anyway. You should never do that. Always knit a size down. The reason why I say that is because we always think that we're much bigger than we actually are. And wool and fabric, it will always tend to relax and give after you've knitted it. So if you're ever in that situation, you've done your upper bust measurement, you've checked the measurement on the pattern, you sit in between two of those measurements, always err to the smaller size, not the larger size. In this particular case, I did err to the larger size, and the reason I did that is I knew my gauge was a little bit off from what was written in the pattern. So if you are going to use Southlander Sport, take your measurements. Generally your gauge will probably be off about a stitch or two at best. So then just err a little bit more on the generous side. Because the way the pattern is written as a shaped from the top down, the beautiful thing about that is that you can actually really, really easily monitor your length. The width, it's designed to be sort of quite a snug fitting cardigan anyway. You will actually have a little bit of room to move, even if the sizing's a bit close to the wind. But often it's difficult getting your length sorted. Well, this is the nice thing with going with top down, is that you just keep going until you get to the length that you want. I have to say I didn't have too much trouble with this, and I just did the length. I actually did ever so slightly longer on this ribbon here, ever so slightly longer, but that's it. I think it was ½ centimetre, because I wanted to fit just where I wanted it to fit on my waist and hip bone. So that's a preference for me. And in saying that, I have a real aversion to sleeves being too long, and I have to say this cardigan, often people, they design them so the sleeve length finishes there. I hate that. That's just a personal preference thing with me. It drives me bug shut. It really does. So what I do is I have actually designed this one so it actually finishes right there at the wrist. So, and again, that's a personal preference thing. The nice thing about how she has actually designed this is she's designed all the sleeve shaping to actually end, oopsie, come here, prior to this coloured section there, which is great because it means you can get to that point, and then you can make this rib section as long or as short as you like. So in my particular case, mine's actually shorter than she suggested. It would probably come out to here if I'd done it to how she's written in the pattern. But again, you do it to how you want to do it. So yeah, really, really happy with how it's going. Super economical on yarn. I finished the grey now. I'm now only working with the goldenrod. That's my second ball of come here, of Southlander. I think it's my second ball of Southlander. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. And then the goldenrod, I'm hoping I'm going to get away with one ball. I've got that much left. I'm going to be cutting it fine. I mean, if I have to crack into another ball, it's not the end of the world, because I've definitely got, you know, plenty of that, and I'll make a hat and what have you. But incredibly, incredibly economical. So I am just utterly, utterly thrilled with how that is progressing along. If you're knitting one of those, do make sure you pop up your progress onto the Speakeasy page, because anything that does over there, you go in the draw for the big prize packs that we're pulling together. And remember, I've got 5 $100 vouchers to give away. However, if you're not knitting the pop top crop cardigan or the Sunday shawl, we are putting together a really amazing prize pack, in fact 2 prize packs, for anybody that's knitted anything else across the summer period. And speaking of which, arrived today in the post part of that prize pack from the wonderful Janine Talbot, and I see you've just jumped on, Janine, which is perfect timing. Look at these. Is that not the cutest you have ever seen? These stunning, stunning, stunning project bags. And look what she's ready. 1, 2, 3. Ha! I mean, they're just beautiful. Jeanette, thank you so much for these. She has been so wonderful and donated this all for you guys. And I've got a second one there as well. So we've got 2 packs. We've got that one, and we've got that. Beautiful. I've got some Amber O'Brien pins, some other little pins to go with them. I've got lots of little quirky, wonderful bits and pieces to go with those packs. So don't panic if you're not knitting one of the KLL knit along or crochet along projects. Anything you post up will put you into that draw as well over on the Speakeasy. So loads and loads to give away at the end of the month. So I'm quite excited about that. I really am. Also, I mean, yes, I know I'm going on and on about Southlander this month. but I have to say, you know me, people that do know me, I get obsessions. And so I'll start off working with something and then I get totally obsessed with it for the time that I'm working with it. And Southlander has been a yarn that I've adored for years and years and years and years. And I just, I really do love it. And these new weights are something that I've been wanting to do for such a long time. And because they arrived late in the season last year, they haven't had the love that they've deserved. So that's why I'm getting so excited about them. But I'm not the only one, because they have been around for a few months now. There have been some people that have adopted to these yarns early and have posted the most amazing patterns, the most amazing, incredible patterns. And one that I know I've posted over on the Speakeasy before is she goes by the handle Magic Maiden on our Speakeasy page. And I'm just going to show you these because the top one, this one up here, which is called Winterfell. So it's a, and again, everything that I'm going to show you, don't panic. Oh, look at that light. Everything I'm going to show you, I will put in the comments when I'm done, so you won't miss out. But look at those. Are those not amazing? All of these are done in Southlander Sport. She's fallen in love with these. If you want to see these in their full entirety, pop over to the Speakeasy or join the Speakeasy. Manic Maiden is her username, and have a look at these projects. She's got them up on a mannequin. They are just utterly stunning. We've spoken, she loves them, she adores them, she is really, really thrilled with the yarn and how it's performing. And just to show, you know what I mean, see that the one at the top there, that is the I can't remember what they call the pink, but it's the charcoal and the white as well with the pink, and it is just fantastic. However, I sort of thought, well, what other projects are there out there for you to knit in this weight? Because this Southlander sport weight yarn is really perfect for autumn sort of transitional cardigans, or if you're living in a bit of a warmer climate, or if you're wanting to have it, you know, just like today. I mean, I'm actually a bit hot now. I'm actually going to shed this. I've got my Lizzie on. I'm going to shed this. But it was really cool this morning here in the bay. We've had rain, and it's been quite cool. This is the Lizzie. Some of you may remember this one from last year. Oh, there we go. There's the pep. There we go. This is knitted in sport weight. So this in Southlander would be incredible. But I kind of thought, right, I'm going to jump on. I'm going to jump down the rabbit hole for you and have a look at some patterns, do some maths myself, just to actually help you guys in your searching to find what will work really, really well in Southlander and in the weight range and gauge range that this yarn is designed for. So you don't have to do any alterations. You can just jump on there, purchase the pattern, and fill your boots. Oh, I mean, don't I have the best job? Like, I get paid to actually sit on Ravelry. God, I tell you what, it's tough. It's a tough life. It's a tough life. So, if you like the combination of that, of our charcoal goldenrod that I have there, I came across this little cracker. And it's actually a designer that I really love. I've spoken about her work before. Her design ethic is one, I'm pretty certain she's Scandinavian, fits very much with our Kiwi sort of ethos and way of living, which is Isabel Kramer. And Isabel has done a lot of patterns, particularly in finer weight yarns. She has a very relaxed style, very wearable pieces. And I found this one, and it's called, I think it's called Ani. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Get the reflection off. Now, I thought that was utterly gorgeous. That particularly with the charcoal and the goldenrod would be amazing. And just a few little pattern notes on that one. It's designed obviously with, let's go back this way, designed with loads of positive ease. So essentially it's a slip over style jumper, so the super amount of positive ease built in, so it's perfect for any sort of body shape. It's designed not to be figure hugging, so if you're a little bit conscious around your figure, you don't have to worry about this. She's designed it from 32 to 52 inches or 83 to 132 centimetres, which is fairly generous sizing. Me personally, I generally, depending on what the design is, I run anywhere around a 44 to 48 inch sizing, depending on the style. And I mean, I'm a good old classic Kiwi size 22, so you know, it is definitely good for larger sizes. The other thing with this too is through here, I'm a good old Kiwi pear, me, so I definitely am, yes, I'm definitely wider at the bottom than I am at the top. The nice thing about this here is it would be very, very simple if you were to do modifications, is to do some very, very subtle increasing along those sides, so you can A-line it out a little bit if you're concerned about things grabbing around the mummy tum and the bum and all of that kind of stuff. If you're not and you like to show it off, yeah, more power you. But for me personally, I like to add in a little bit of extra girth around the bottom there. Would be very easily done in this pattern. Now here's the beautiful thing about sport weight yarns, and particularly our Southlander Sport, because it comes in a 100 gram 303 metre ball. This guy here, from the smallest size through to the largest size, it can take 3 to 6 balls of the main colour, depending on the size you want. Most of the sizes are 4 to 5 balls. Okay, 4 to 5 balls. And you need 1 full ball for contrast. Now, when I say 1 full ball, you'll only actually use about a quarter of the ball for the contrast. So you will have, depending on what you're using, you'll certainly get leftovers for hats or mitts or anything else that you want to knit to go with it. That equates out, at the moment, if you were to buy Southlander Sport for $29 to $34, excluding the cost of the pattern on Ravelry, to knit that. I mean, that's amazing, really, for a stunning piece like that. But wait, there's more. I also had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful dig around, since we're on the jumper front, and I found this. The camera doesn't come. Oh, there we go. That's right. So that's called Branches and Buds. That's by Carrie Bostock Hodge. And again, this is for sport weight, 3.5 to 375 needles, classic 24 stitches. She's done hers actually in the chickadee, but see again, that in our charcoal matched with, oopsie, there we go, matched with the cream. Or if you don't want to go as dark as that, and I actually pulled this out because I think that combination would actually look really, really good in this, or even that combination would look really good in this. And a couple of stats on that little bloke, really generous sizing on that. That one is 34 to 61 inches, which is 86 to 155 centimetres. So at 61 inches or 155 centimetres, that will take you comfortably up to a size 26, if not bigger. And again, as you can see, top down, you'll be able to make modifications through here with your length and also your shaping through the bottom if you needed to. That's 4 to 6 balls of the main colour, depending on the size that you do, and 1 ball of contrast colour. So you're looking on average with 5 balls total, again less than $30, $29.75 to knit that in Southlander, and then just a few little scrappy pieces if you want to embroider on little French knots there for the buds as a detail. I thought that was really, really sweet actually. Then I had a little fossick around and I discovered a new designer. I mean, you know how, I don't know whether you're guilty of this, I'm certainly guilty of this. One of the things that I do all the time is I keep referring back to my old faithfuls, because these are designers that design things that I know fit. They have a style or a characteristic that you really like. They have construction techniques that you like. They have a tech editing style with their patterns that you get used to and you enjoy. But sometimes it's nice to shake up. And I've just come across an Irish designer that I have never struck before. I'm sure I've seen her work before, but she's utterly prolific. She's got over 200 designs published, and she's done a lot in this weight yarn, and a yarn that she obviously has readily available in Ireland, which is perfect as a substitute for Southlander to substitute into. Her name is Carol Feller, so if you're a fan of Carol's, you may already have these in your library. That's the first one there. Oopsie, there we go. Woo-hoo. See, I've got to get used to everything being back mirrored again. That one is cabled. It's not as high def, this camera, but it's not bad. So that one has got some lovely cable detailing in the back, some nice sort of saddle top shoulders at the top. It's just a really comfy cardi. And this one is called Tabuli. 3 to 5 balls of Southlander required, with the majority of sizes on 4 balls. Size range isn't quite as big, but it's still not bad. 31 to 55 inches, so again that would comfortably do me. And that one there runs, so that's 17, if you're small, petite, $17.85 to knit that cardigan, because it's just a single colour, through to $29.75 if I were to knit it. Not bad going. Don't panic about these patterns. I will actually pop all the links up on Ravelry. And again, wouldn't that look amazing in that? That one there is our gypsy green. That would look incredible. But to be honest, that and even just classic cream or classic bracken, wherever it's gone, there it is, and that I think would look amazing. You know, that sort of styling never goes out. So all those patterns are available for purchase on Ravelry. So you, when you go to the links, you will need to purchase those patterns. However, I've saved, I think, the best for last, a great pattern, again by Carol. So again by Carol Feller. This one was a Knitty 2017, so you may have actually seen it. It's called Pistachio Saffron, and it is literally a knitted sweatshirt. It's brilliant as a layering piece. And in the fabric, when you look at this fabric here, to that, it would be amazing. Now, I've got that goldenrod there. See, oopsie, goldenrod. I think that would be an amazing combination. There you go. Woohoo! Look at that. So that's the bracken with the goldenrod. Even just what I'm doing, the charcoal with the goldenrod, the green with the white. It wouldn't really matter. You saw some of those combinations before from Manic Maiden, but just that two-tone cardigan in that, nice and simple. The sizings on that are, you know, these sizings are amazing. So 36 to 64 inches or 92 to 162 centimeters. So that is definitely up to probably size 28, even larger. But again, you're only using 3 to 6 balls of main color depending on your size, and 2 balls of the contrast color. So that is huge. So you're looking there at essentially between $30 and $40 depending on your size to knit that project. And you know, and the other thing I thought about that one too is that it's a nice simple project. If you're looking for something a little bit more straightforward for in the round, there's a few short rows in there. It's a really nice, I mean, this is the sort of, this for me is a holiday project, because some people hate miles and miles of endless stocking stitch, but if I'm traveling or if I'm away, for me that is a comfort. That's TV knitting. I absolutely adore it, and I just don't have to think about it, and I can just you know, go for the clappers and really enjoy it. And again, so wearable, absolutely wearable. I mean, a piece like this you would just thrash and thrash. So all of these patterns I'm going to pop over into the comments. And so you can actually have got something to knit with your Southlander when you get it home. So do make sure you pick that Southlander up. It is on sale all this month, so, and we've got oodles and oodles of stock, but it will end at the end of the month. And when something happens next month, and those who've been around for a while know what we do in March, that will not be there in March at the prices we have it currently. So you do need to make sure you get it this month. So that is quite important. What else did I have on my list of things for you today? I've got more things to talk about next week in terms of some product and some things that's happening. If you have been picking up some yarns on the Sweet Charity page, you need to make sure that you pick those up pretty smartly, because that page will be just going on hiatus for a little bit. It will be coming back probably in April, so it's not disappearing completely, it's just having a little holiday, but because we've got loads happening in March. And remember, more importantly too, make sure you get any projects that you do, and particularly in Southlander yarn or any of our yarns, if they happen to have a New Zealand or an Australian designer, make sure you pop over to the Kanga Kiwi KA or Knit Along or Crochet Along, which is at the wool gathering site. I mentioned it last time. Karen runs that. It's a great Trans-Tasman event that she's been doing now, and it's so much fun, and it's a great way for you to double up on entries and prizes if you've been knitting bits and pieces, both with us and with Karen as well. So do that. And there's loads of discussion over there, and they're really lively and loads of fun. So that's pretty much me for today. I will probably talk to you again on Monday. You'll be so over me, I tell you. See, look, she goes away and then she comes back and she doesn't shut up. But hey, that's good. I love catching up with everybody. So give me 5 minutes to load up those links, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye. Have a good weekend.